If Riff Raff somehow ruins this, I'm gonna be very upset.
I do it for the love first, peep the intentions, man. I spit game, but you never learn no lessons, man.
Goddamn, we back at it. Riff Raff, Logic, and Conway the Machine. Riff Raff, Logic, and Conway the Machine. You know, I've been anticipating for a Logic and Griselda track to come out sometime soon, whether it's with Logic, West Side Gun, Logic, Benny the Butcher, Logic, Conway the Machine. Logic featuring someone of the capacity or one of their projects, Conway Machine or Griselda featuring, whatever the case may be. I've been anticipating this for years, ever since I got into Griselda back in the 2020s. Early in the 2020 year. But I did not expect for the first time for them to come together, a Griselda and Logic track to come together for a Riff Raff track. This is a Riff Raff track. The track is called Intergalactic Icons. Now Riff Raff, you know, he's been around for hip hop for several decades. You know, he's an entertainer more so than he's a professional rapper. You know, he's an entertainer. He's been in the music biz, entertainment business, TV business, etc., for many decades. Shout out to him for being able to do that. But the fact that the first Logic and Griselda track is a Riff Raff track is just not going to sit right for me. I'm hoping and praying that Riff Raff's contribution is the minimal as minimal as possible, so I can enjoy Logic and Conway Machine together on the track for the first time together. But Lord knows, there's only one way to find out how much contribution. Because I want this to be so good, so bad. Because it's the first time that Logic gets a Conway Machine, Logic and the Griselda members going to be on a track together. If Riff Raff somehow ruins this, I'm going to be very upset. So all that being said, Riff Raff, Logic, Conway Machine, Intergalactic Icons. Interesting production so far. Okay, right out the gate, we got Riff Raff on track. Right out the gate, Riff Raff. No, this production right out the gate that Riff Raff's flow kind of reminds me of the track that Logic did with Joe and Bray, I believe their names were, that he did last year. I thoroughly enjoyed that track. But let's continue on. That man, I will tell you this man Griselda's always point. Facial hair, not so much. The facial hair designs be wild, but the man Grills is always on point. This is honestly, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Riff Raff, this is honestly not that bad. I thought it was gonna be, I thought I was gonna have to. You know, you saw if you watch the intro, you know, I was a little bit apprehensive, but it's honestly not that bad. It's tolerable. It's definitely tolerable right now. I can tolerate this right now. I could probably skim through it, but this is tolerable right now. If I had to listen to it, this is definitely tolerable right now. That is facts. Damn, he got a long ass verse. God damn. No chorus either. It's just a long ass verse. Alright, Conway Machine going through. Riff Raff basically took up half of the track, so Conway Machine and Logic's part is gonna be very minuscule compared to what Riff Raff has on granted it is his track, but god dang, he took up half the track. But I'm thinking Conway Machine and Logic's part definitely gonna slide. I think the production is definitely going to allow them to slide definitely more traditional hip-hop style of a production, but they only going to have, it's only like less than a minute and a half left in the track, so we're going to see, not a minute and a half, like less than 2 minutes left in the track, so it's going to be interesting to see how much they spit and who has a shorter verse on here, because there's not that much left on the track, but let's continue on. Okay, that was a nice little slick verse for Conway Machine. Not the craziest thing I heard for the man, but we got Logic coming on through with a little bit, about approximately a minute left in the track. Let's see what Logic has in store for us. This lyricism is like giving them gifts. I'm Zap Brannigan to these kips. On the ground like kick flips, I stay with 6 zips when I shoot from the hip it hits. My flow Ooh. Oh, that's a throwback. Lord Subliminal. That's what Logic used to call himself on his come up, when he was like, obviously doing his introductory days of rapping, becoming a rapper, developing himself back in high school. He talked about this a few times in interviews. He used to call him, one of his names coming up, he used to call himself Skittles, because of Eminem. And then Lord Subliminal was one of his names, and obviously that turns into Psychological, and then sort that into Logic will be known him as today. So that's a nice little callback to his come up days. His way come up days when he was like, he had to been like 16 years old, definitely his teenage years. So he was going by as Lord Subliminal. Goddamn throwback right there. Ooh, never had my money straight. We did it Conway. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Ooh, moving in silence like Wheezy. Moving in silence like Ellen Lasagna or S Lasagna. It's G in Lasagna. There we go. Classic Lil Wayne bar. Classic Lil Wayne bar right there. Money expand. Money expand like Majin Buu. Nice little DBZ reference right there. Shout out to all my DZ fans out there. People don't like Super as much, but DBZ is always a cult classic, especially amongst anime fans. And that's Intergalactic Icons, Riff Raff, Logic, Conway The Machine. That honestly wasn't that bad. As I mentioned before, I was very apprehensive of having Riff Raff on the track, but his verse wasn't that bad. It was definitely more tolerable. I wish Conway The Machine and Logic's verse was pretty decent. I wish Conway The Machine had a longer verse. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that track. I was very apprehensive. I was very abrasive. I was very unhappy, uneasy when this track was first announced on the scene. It was a Riff Raff track. I was like, this ain't gonna be it at all. But it was pretty decent. Riff Raff didn't destroy the track. I was anticipating him to destroy the track, but it wasn't that bad at all. Conway Machine, Logic, the first track together. Hopefully we see more tracks with them in the coming future. More tracks with Logic featuring other Griselda members, Westside Gun, Betty the Butcher, and a variety of the sub members of the Griselda. I think it's going to be a good time when we get more Logic Griselda tracks out there. I think Logic has been tapping more to the underground, especially this past year or so. He did a lot of features this year. Like I said, Joe and Joey Brella, I believe their names of that combination of rock and hip hop track they did last year. Thoroughly enjoyed that, but I'm definitely anticipating more Logic and Griselda tracks and Logic X underground artist tracks, because I think they can definitely cook together. I think Logic and the underground can definitely cook together, because he was in the underground to come up back in the early 2010s. So all that being said, Intergalactic, Riff Raff, Logic, Conway The Machine. I was very upset in the beginning, but it turned out just fine. So, if you like the release of the video, I got more content like this always coming soon, so please subscribe. Man, wasn't that bad. This track actually wasn't that bad. I was very, very scared in the beginning. I'm like, Riff Raff, he gonna destroy this track, but he wasn't that bad at all. Conway Machine verse could have been longer. Logic's verse was pretty decent. It's a fine track overall. See you in the next video. I'll see y'all there.